The story begins with the founding of the Arab Socialist Ba'ath Party in 1947, a party whose goals were Arab unity, freedom, and socialism. The party's ideas quickly spread in Syria and Iraq, especially among students, soldiers, and officers. In 1957, as the party's ideas gained popularity among university students, particularly at the Baghdad School of Law, a young man in his 20s named Saddam Hussein became interested in the party's ideology. After a series of coups in Iraq, Saddam Hussein became influential in the party and an important figure within it. On July 8, 1968, after months of planning, the Ba'ath Party, led by Ahmed Hassan al-Bakr and Saddam Hussein, successfully overthrew President Abdul Rahman Arif in a coup. Following the coup, Ahmed Hassan al-Bakr became Iraq's president, with Saddam Hussein as his deputy. Over 11 years, al-Bakr achieved several milestones, such as nationalizing oil companies and strengthening the military. However, he also suppressed opposition, making the Ba'ath Party the strongest political force in Iraq. In 1979, due to health issues and mounting pressures, al-Bakr announced his resignation, allowing Saddam Hussein to take over, marking a new era in Iraq's history. Upon assuming power, Saddam Hussein began purging the Ba'ath Party of traitors and brutally suppressing opposition, often executing or assassinating rivals. In 1980, he launched a war against Iran over border disputes and political changes in Iran following the Islamic Revolution. Iran's leader, Ayatollah Khomeini, was promoting the idea of spreading revolution into Iraq, alarming Saddam. He initiated the war to unite the Iraqi people against Iran. Expecting an easy victory, Saddam underestimated Iran's resilience, leading to one of the deadliest conflicts in history. The war lasted for 8 years, 1980–1988, resulting in 500,000 deaths before a ceasefire was signed, ending what became known as the First Gulf War. In 1990, Saddam Hussein ordered the invasion of Kuwait for several reasons, including Iraq's accusation that Kuwait was stealing oil from Iraqi fields near the border. After the First Gulf War, Iraq asked Kuwait to waive its $14 billion debt, arguing that Iraq had defended the Gulf region. Kuwait refused and demanded repayment, prompting Iraq to attack with 100,000 soldiers and 300 tanks. Within 2 days, Iraqi forces entered Kuwait City, forcing the Kuwaiti royal family to flee to Saudi Arabia. This conflict became known as the Second Gulf War. The United Nations called for a peaceful resolution, but Saddam Hussein refused, leading to the formation of an international coalition led by the United States and other nations to liberate Kuwait. This operation, known as Desert Storm, saw coalition forces gather in Saudi Arabia near Iraq's southern borders. In 1991, the coalition launched its attack and successfully expelled Iraqi forces from Kuwait. After Iraq's defeat, the UN imposed several resolutions, including an economic embargo, a ban on oil exports, and inspections for weapons of mass destruction. These sanctions devastated Iraq's economy, which relied heavily on oil exports. The country descended into chaos, with Shiite uprisings in the south and Kurdish revolts in the north, led by the Kurdistan Workers' Party (PKK). Iraq's infrastructure was severely damaged, In 1998, Saddam Hussein refused to allow UN inspectors to search for weapons of mass destruction, despite not possessing any. In 2001, the September 11 attacks became the most significant terrorist assault on the U.S. orchestrated by al-Qaeda leader Osama bin Laden. The U.S. accused Saddam Hussein of funding al-Qaeda, though no evidence supported this claim. Additionally, the U.S. alleged that Iraq possessed nuclear weapons, but none were found. Various factors led the U.S. to announce an invasion of Iraq in 2003, launching Operation Iraqi Freedom with the goal of toppling Saddam's regime. After 21 days of military operations, U.S. forces entered Baghdad and tore down Saddam Hussein's statue in Firdos Square. However, the invasion had catastrophic consequences for Iraq, with 200,000 civilians killed due to U.S. bombings and the use of internationally banned chemical weapons by American troops. The war cost the U.S. an estimated $2 trillion. The occupation lasted for 8 years, 2003-2011, during which the U.S. gained significant control over Iraq's oil fields and established military bases. Following the U.S. withdrawal in 2011, Iraq plunged into political turmoil due to the rise of Iran-backed Shiite militias and the emergence of ISIS. Despite recent years seeing relative stability, Iraq still faces major challenges. And that's the end of the video. We hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. See you next time.